नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका हमारे चैनल नर्सिंग कैरियर क्लब में। यदि आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो ऊपर दिए गए लिंक पर जाकर हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि आपको जो भी नए वीडियो हमारे चैनल पर अपलोड हो रहे हैं उनका नोटिफिकेशन मिलता रहे। इसी के साथ हम शुरुआत करते हैं हमारे आज के टॉपिक की। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है मेडिकेशन एरर। So the table of content, the first topic is introduction, that is on slide number 5. Second topic, type of error, that is on slide number 9. Third topic, how to prevent medication error, that is on slide number 10. Fourth topic, prescribing involves, that is on slide number 15. Fifth topic, ambiguous nomenclature, that is on slide number 18. Topic 6, administration involves, that is on slide number 20. 7 topic, performance requirements, that is on slide number 30. Topic 8, ADR, that is adverse drug reaction, is on slide number 33. And 9th topic, ADE, that is adverse drug events, that is on slide number 36. And the last final topic is quality indicators, that is on slide number 37. So let's begin about the introduction of medication error. So what is medication error? Any preventable event that may cause or lead to inappropriate medication use or patient harm. ऐसे preventable events जिसमें inappropriate तरीके से medications यूज़ की गई हो और जिससे patients को harm हो. Such events may be related to professional practice, healthcare products, procedures and system includes. तो सारी जो भी प्रोफेशनल प्रैक्टिसेस में, हेल्थ केयर प्रोडक्ट्स में, प्रोसीजर्स में एंड सिस्टम्स में आते हैं वो सारे अपन को इस पॉइंट्स में दे रखे हैं. सो द फर्स्ट वन इज़ प्रिस्क्राइबिंग, सेकेंड वन इज़ ऑर्डर्ड कम्युनिकेशन, थर्ड प्रोडक्ट लेबलिंग, next packaging and nomenclature, next compounding, next dispensing, next distribution, next administration, and last one is education, monitoring and use. So the first one is prescribing, when the patient is prescribed the medication. In that prescribing, any error occur in prescribing the medication. Second, order communication. The communication is not properly between the patient and the nurse or maybe the doctor. Third one is product labeling. The labeling on the product or any medication is not appropriate or correct. Next, packaging and nomenclature. While packaging or nomenclature may be error in that condition. Then compounding. In compounding there is an error. Dispensing, if any fault in the dispensary, in the medication sectors while distributing the medication. Next, distribution, while the distribution of medication to place. Next, administration, if any error occur in administration of the medication by the nurse, that can occur the error. Next, education, monitoring and use, while the nurse is not educated and the nurse cannot do proper monitoring and use of the drug. So the next slide is the safe and accurate administration of medication is one of the nurse's most important responsibility. The responsibility of a nurse is that if while she is giving the drug, she is give drug with accurate administration, and she have the main responsibility of a nurse is to give accurate administration of medication at accurate time. Next, drugs are the primary means of therapy for the client with health problems, but a drug may have the potential for causing harmful effects when administered improperly. So the drug is the primary therapy while the nurse is treating the client. So while she is treating the client, the primary therapy is to give the drug. So the drug is giving to the patient is is the primary treatment. So if the nurse is giving the drug, it should not be harm, or it should not be with the correct dose and with the correct time, route, administration. The nurse has to give the drug without any errors. Next, rationale. So what is the rationale? Why it is important? Why we need to learn this topic? First, medication use has become increasingly complex in recent time, because in recent time we have that increasing complex of medications are being in advanced form nowadays. So we have to give the medication with that complex or recent time. We have to give the medication. Second point is, medication error is a major cause of preventable patient harm. So this is the major cause. While treating the patient, the medication error is a major cause of preventing patient harm. Last one is, as future doctors, you will have an important role in making medication use safe. If while we are doing some MBBS jobs or future doctors we are becoming, so we have an important role while giving the medications and with giving the safe medication to the patient. Next, learning objectives. So what are the objectives? There are 3 objectives that we learn in this topic. First one is to provide an overview of medication safety. Okay, we give the overview, all the things we have to give overview to the medication safety, what we have to give, which medication we have to give to the patient. Next, to encourage you to continue to learn and practice ways. We have to encourage to learn new methods or new drugs nowadays that are coming. Next, to improve the safety of medication use. We have the primary thing we have to give, we have to improve our safety, how to give the medication. The safety is most important to prevent any errors in the medications. Next, what are the types of error? First, prescribing error. Second, transcribing error. Third, dispensing error. Fourth, administration error. And last one is communication and monitoring error. So first one is prescribing error. While the doctors prescribe the medication to the patient, the prescription is correct. The prescription of medication is correct to the patient. The prescription is not wrong. Next, transcription error. The transcription error means there is a printed error or font size error if occur by a technical problems. For example, while having font size incorrect and having transprinting error, while giving the printed errors, having computerized mistakes. So this error are coming transcripting error. Next one is dispensing error. Dispensing error is related to dispensary department, when the medication is given to the patient, where all the medication kept in dispensary. So while we are taking the drugs from the dispensary, we have to take care while taking the drugs from the dispensary. So the dispensary error is occur and at the dispensary. Next, administration error. While giving the medication to the patient, we have to see the patient report or file, that what IV or IM. For example, if the patient is written IV, so we have to give IV only. We don't can occur error while giving IV to IM. So administration error is must. Administration error means like administrating wrong medication to the wrong route. Next, communication or monitoring error. The main thing is the IPR. We have to maintain the IPR to the patient, to the nurse and to the doctors. The communication is the basic or primary error that occur in the medication error. While giving the over next shift, while next shift we are coming to the next shift, the over must be given appropriate and the communication is appropriate at the correct time. Next, what are the causes of error? First, distraction. Any distraction occur to the nurse. Environment. The environment is not favorable. Next, lack of knowledge. The nurse is not having the correct knowledge while giving the drug or how to treat the drug. Next, incomplete patient informs. If the patient informs while, for example, if the two patients are there and the two patient name is same but the surname is different, so there is a lack of patient information can occur the error. Next, memory lapse. If the memory is not at the correct time or the correct place, so the memory lapse can occur. Then last one is systemic error. If we are not systemically properly, we are not doing duty, or properly we are not having the properly physically strength, so that systemic error can occur. Next, how to prevent medication error. So there are certain points to prevent medication error. First one is know the patient. We have to know the patient accurately. Next, know the drug. We have to know the drug, the mechanism of action of the drug, the dosage, the route and the action of the drug. Next, open communication. We have to do open communication. We are not relapse to the communication. The communication is openly, freedomly. Next, double check high risk. If any high risk cases is there, if for example we are giving the drug to the patient is not having adverse drug reaction to the patient, like the patient is sensitive to that drug, so we have to communicate or we have to double check the patient that it may not develop to the severe drug reaction. Next, documentation. We have to give or accurate or proper documentation in the written form. Next, LASA, that is look alike or sound alike medication. The medication which is look similar or a sound similar, means they are looks the similar medication and their pronunciation or sound is also same. So the full form of LASA is look alike and sound alike. Next, education to the patient. We have to give the proper education to the patient. If nurse is giving the proper education, it's easy to maintain IPR to the patient. Next, know the patient. This include the patient name, age, sex, weight, allergy, diagnosis, current lab results, squirrel number, bed number. Okay, so know the patient. We have to know completely about the patient name, age, sex, weight, allergy, diagnosis, current lab result, bed number. The primary thing is we have to check the allergy of a patient to any drug reaction. Okay, so next one is know the drug. The nurses have to know the accurate drug. Okay, current readily available drug information, computerized drug information system, order, set and text references. So the nurse should know the accurate drug what she is giving to the patient. Third, open communication. Breakdown in communication among physician, nurse, pharmacist and the other in the healthcare system can lead to medication error. So the communication is between all among the healthcare system, which include physician, nurse, pharmacist and all the other healthcare system or healthcare provider which they are giving the health care to the patient. So they all can lead to medication error. So the communication is proper, or the IPR is interpersonal relationship is proper between all the healthcare system providers. Next, SBAR, that is method can help elevate miscommunication. S denote to situation, B denote to background, A denote to assessment and R denote to recommendation. So these are the short abbreviation, that is SBAR, that the situation is proper, the background is proper, the assessment of the whole patient is proper and the recommendation of a drug that we are giving to the patient is proper. So next, double check high risk. So in double check high risk, first, take special precaution at all time. Second, increasing risk error in high risk medications, poorly handwritten medication order, similar medication name order, similar product packing, and the last one is double check black label. So we have to check twice, thrice times while giving the drug to any patient, we have to check the high risk cases that are in this all points. Next, documentation. So while documentation, we have to see the accurate documentation is essential and should include accurate recording of the drug information by the 7 rights. We have to follow the 7 rights to provide any drug to the patient. Next one is LASAM, that is look alike and sound alike medication. Minimize, look alike, formerly combination sound alike, means they are look alike medications or sound alike medications. They are appear same medications and the pronunciation of sound like medication is also the same. So this is a LASA medication. So this medication can play a major role in medication error. Next, education of patient. Make sure your patient know the name of the medication they are talking. Okay, so the education of patient means the patient is properly educated what the medication is giving to the patient, and the nurse's major primary role she is playing, so she know about the proper drug, what she is doing and what she is giving to the patient. Next, adverse drug reaction. Any adverse drug reaction can be considered in following category, and this managed can be done accordingly. So while we are giving the drug is the main contraindication of the drug is they can create a adverse drug reaction. The drug is maintained or give the reaction, what reaction the drug give is. Okay, so the drug is giving the major contraindicated reactions, the major reactions that the drug is given. Like types of reaction, we can see the types of reaction is first dose related, non-dose related, dose and time related, delayed effect. Severity of the reaction: severe, life threatening; moderate, medication procedure, hospitalized; mild, system required; incidental, mild system, patient can choose whether to discontinue treatment. CAPA, correct action, preventive action. Okay, so these are the types of reaction that occur in adverse drug reaction, which is related to dose, non-dose, time, delay effect, severity, severe, moderate, mild, and incidental. And the last one is CAPA, that is corrective action, preventable action. The next, adverse drug events: narcotic drugs, double lock and double signature. So these are the adverse drug events that can take place while giving the drugs. So first one is narcotic drug. Immediately report to the resident and consult. If we are giving the narcotic drugs, so we have to report our resident doctor or consult which doctor we have to consult. Second, inform patient relative. We have to inform the patient relative to all the drugs, what are the adverse reaction of the drugs and all the things related to drugs. ADR form complete within 24 hours. So adverse drug reaction is completed within the 24 hours. Adverse drug reaction forms kept in file, copy sent to quality cell. We have to create a proper documentation about the adverse drug reaction, and we have sent or copy and we have to give to the quality cell. Then verbal order policy. Verbal order for medication shall be used only when necessary. Only primary consultant of the patient can be given verbal order. So the verbal order is only given to the patient primary consultant. Second, documentation. The documentation is accurate. Okay, you can see and you can notice the documentation is coming thrice in this topic. So the documentation is most important. Next, cross check within 24 hours. While we are giving the drugs, we have to cross check within 24 hours. Cross check shall be endorsed by sign, date, time and read back. We have to see, if we are doing cross back, we have to see there is a sign, name, date, time, and read back is necessary. Forms and formality. Progress notes, medication chart. Under reporting and medication error. Why not informing fear, salary, and cutting? Inform in charge, ADR, form fill. ADR is related to adverse drug reaction. Then last one is send to quality cell. So these are the under reporting of medication error, that is the error is what causes the error. We are not informing because we as a nurse, we have a fear of salary cutting, we have a fear of informing in charge. If we are informing late, so charges can occur. And then last second is ADR form cell. We have to fill a form that is called adverse drug reaction form while giving any medication which are harmful or which are having adverse reaction of drug. We have to fill, the nurse have to fill ADR form. And the last one is send to quality cell. While filling the form, we have to send that form to the quality cell. Next, prescribing involves. What are the prescribing involves? Let's see. First point is choosing an appropriate medication for a given clinical situation, taking individual patient factors into account such as allergies. If patient is having any allergy related to any medication, we have to account to the doctor. Second point is selecting the administration dose, route, time and regimen. We have to select the proper route, dose, time and regimen of any drug. Third point is communication detail of the plan. If we are communicating or we are planning to giving drug, what things can occur? Whomever will administer the medication, okay, we are giving medication to the patient, whom the patient or whom the doctor or whom the prescribing is done is in written, transcription and verbal order, and the patient. And the last one is documentation, which is must and primary major role happen in that medication error. So the documentation is must and major important role, play a major important role in medication error. Next is how can prescribing go wrong? First, inadequate knowledge about the drug indication. The nurse is not having a proper knowledge related to drug. Contraindication, the nurse not know the contraindication of that specific drug. Second point, not considering individual patient factors such as allergy. The nurse is not seeing the patient has developed certain allergy from that drug, like pregnancy, comorbidities or other medications. The patient is having certain complications such as allergy or pregnancy or comorbidity means having the certain specific disease conditions, having the different disease condition at a particular time, and the patient is not adapting that particular drug mechanism and other medication. Third point is wrong patient, wrong dose, wrong time, wrong drug and wrong route. The prescribing go wrong when the nurse not know the correct patient, the correct dose, the correct time or the correct drug or the correct route. All the thing is wrong. The patient do not know the patient name, the patient correct dose, the patient correct time and the patient correct drug and correct route. So the patient don't know, the nurse don't know any of these things related to the patient name, dose, time, drug and route. So the nurse should know the proper patient name, proper dose, proper time, proper drug and proper route. Next one is inadequate communication. The communication is of different form. Okay, it may be written, it may be verbal, but the communication is accurate or adequate. It is the primary thing that the nurse can focus to prevent medication error. Next, documentation. Again, documentation is come because documentation is important. It is illegally incompetent or ambitious. Okay, so the documentation is a legal thing that can be checked afterwards while having any that condition of the patient in hospital department. So the documentation is, if the documentation is illegal, incomplete and ambiguous, means the documentation is not legal and the documentation is not complete. The documentation is from incorrect, so it can occur the prescription error. Next, mathematical error while calculating doses. The nurse does not know the calculation. The proper calculation is most important while giving the drug. If the nurse do not know what is the proper doses, what is the proper medication while giving to the patient, the medication error can occur. Last one is incorrect data entry when using computerized prescription. The data entry is not correct, so it can occur also error. Like example, duplication, omission, wrong number. Okay, duplication of any document, omission means left out information, not correct information, not complete information that is given, or left out information. Next, wrong number. The number we are written is not correct. Next, look alike and sound alike medications. So there are some 3 example of look alike and sound alike medication. This is the example of sound alike medication. You can see there are 3 drugs that is written on the slide. So these 3 drugs having some similar sound alike. Like first one is Celebrex, second Celebrex, third Celexa, but their actions is different. First is Celebrex. The Celebrex drug is given for an anti-inflammatory, and the Celebrex is an anti-inflammatory drug. Second, Celebrex, that is an anti-convulsant drug. Third one is Celexa, that is an antidepressant drug. So these 3 drugs are the sound alike medications. They are similar in sound, like Celebrex, Celebrex, Celexa. So the error can occur in this 3 drug. Second, next slide, ambiguous nomenclature. For example, Tegretol 100 mg, and in this side, left side, Tegretol 1100 mg. The Tegretol 100 mg is given subcutaneous 1.0 mg and 0.1 mg, and the Tegretol 1100 mg is given sublingually 10 mg and 1 mg. So this can happen in look alike medication. Okay, so their name is same, but their dosage, their route, their dosage route is different. So you can see in ambiguous nomenclature, their nomenclature is also different. That one is Tegretol 100 mg and the second one is Tegretol 110 mg. Next, avoiding ambiguous nomenclature. While preventing an error in ambiguous nomenclature, so the first point is avoiding trailing zeros. We have to avoid trailing zeros. For example, write 1, not 1.0. We have to write 1, not 1.0. So it cannot provide any errors. Second, use leading zeros. For example, write 0.1, not 0.1. We have to write 0.1. The point is hidden in somewhere, so we have to write 0.1 to prevent any errors while writing any doses of any drug. Okay, so it can prevent or avoid ambiguous nomenclature. Next, administration involves first, obtaining the medication in a ready to use form may involve counting, calculation, mixing, labeling, or preventing in some way. Second, checking for allergies. Third, giving the right medication to the patient in the right dose via the right route at the right time. So these are the 3 points while administered the drug. First is obtaining the medication ready to use. The medication what we are giving is at the accurate calculation, proper labeling can done, okay, while giving the medication. Then second, checking for allergy. We have to check the medication before administered the patient. We have to check the AST, that is an allergy test reaction. We have to check any allergy if patient is getting from that particular drug. While giving the drug, we have to see any allergy is not there while giving the drug, so we have to check the allergy. Third, giving the right medication to the right patient. We have to give the right medication to the right patient. We have to follow the 7 rights while administered any medication, or to promote or to prevent any medication error. We have to follow the 7 rights. Next, documentation. Again, documentation is come. The documentation is must. While we are giving any drug, we have to written in patient file. Okay, so the documentation is important. Second, how can drug administered go wrong? Wrong patient, wrong route, wrong time, wrong dose, wrong drug, omission, failure to administer. So the wrong patient. The nurse should know the correct patient whom she or he is giving the medication. Second, wrong route. If the doctor is written IM and we are giving IV the drug, so it can create an error. Third, wrong time. The correct time is for the correct drug for the correct time is most important. Second, wrong dose. If the doctor is prescribed 500 mg and we are giving 200 mg to the patient, so we are giving the wrong dose to the patient. Next, wrong drug. If for example, if we are giving the patient 2 antibiotic and we are giving to the patient antiviral drugs, so the wrong drug can occur, the administration go wrong. Last one is omission. Omission means left out information. The information is not given properly. While nurse is doing job, if any shift she is doing, she give the correct information to the next shift nurses. To the next shift nurses, she give the proper information to the patient. And failure to administer. The nurse should know how to administer the drug to the client or patient. Next, inadequate documentation. Again, the documentation is important. So the documentation is in correct form. So let's discuss what are the 7 rights of the patient while giving any drugs. First, right drug, right dose, right time, right dose, right purpose, right documentation, and right patient. So these are the 7 rights that we have to follow while administration any drug to the patient. So let's discuss about question number first. What is the question number first? How many rights of medication? So there are, option D is correct, there are 7 rights of the patient. Next, monitoring involves first, observing the patient to determine if the medication is working, being used. Second, appropriately and not harming the patient. Third, documentation. So the monitoring is most important while observing the patient medication. Then next, appropriate time and not to harm the patient. And the last one is documentation. Next, how can monitoring go wrong? First, lack of monitoring for side effects, drug not ceases if not working or course complete. Third, drug ceases before course completed. Fourth, drug levels not measured or not follow up on. Fifth, communication failures. Next one is, which patients are most at risk of medication error? So which are the patients which have the risk at the medication error? First, patient on multiple medication. If the many medication is given at a particular same time, so the error can occur. Second, patient with another condition, for example renal implant impairment or renal implant or pregnancy. Next, patient who cannot communicate well, the patient who is not communicating well, not giving any feedback. Next, patient who have more than one doctor, one patient is there and treating many doctors, so many doctors are treating, so many medication can occur errors. Next, patient who do not take active role in their own medication use, the patient which are not giving active role participation. The patient participation is most important, so the patient is also giving feedback towards any medication. And the second last one is children and babies. The children babies doses we have to give with accurate weight measuring. We have to measure the weight of the baby, then we give or prescribe the while we giving the medication we have to see the patient, the babies or children weight. Next, in what situation are staff most likely to contribute to medication error? Inexpensive, rushing, doing two things at time, interruptions, fatigue, boredom, being on automatic pilot leading to failure to check and double check, lack of checking and double checking habits, poor teamwork and communication between colleagues. So first one is inexperience. If the nurse is treating the patient or giving or administered any medication to the patient, is must have an experience of clinical. The clinical experience is most important while treating the patient. Next, rushing. She is doing actively doing work, not doing properly work. Next, doing two things at time. She or he is not focused on a particular one thing. She is focused on multiple things at a particular time, so can create an error. Next, interruptions. Any interruption can occur, like patient family members asking some question between the procedure, so there is an interruption. Next, fatigue, boredom. If the nurse is fatigued or tired while doing job or while treating the patient, so it can occur, error can occur. Next, lack of checking and double checking habits. She is having double checking habits. She is checking the documentation once, twice, thrice. She checked the documentation again and again, so it can occur error. Next, poor teamwork. The teamwork is not good. The healthcare teamwork is not adequate. The healthcare system is, we have to unite that healthcare system. We have to take care, we have to unite all the team cares, all the healthcare system, so it can occur. Between the colleagues, there is not proper communication. The communication can play a major role in medication error. And the last one is reluctance to use memory aids. The memory aids is weak. Okay. Next, how can workplace design contribute to medication error? First, absence of safety culture in the workplace. For example, a poor reporting system and failure to learn from past near misses and adverse events. Okay. So this is an example for absence of safety culture in workplace. If there is a poor reporting system, it can create a mistake. Second, absence of memory aids for staff. The staff is not creating, there is certain absence in providing memory aids. Next, adequate staff members. Inadequate staff members, the staff members is not adequate. Next, how can medication presentation contribute to medication error? Look alike, sound alike medication that we discussed before, LASA medications, look alike and sound alike medications. Next, ambiguous labeling. The labeling is ambiguous properly. If any drug is not labeled properly, we have to see the labeling is at the correct place or at the correct dose or at the correct drug to the patient. Next, performance requirements. What you can do to make medication use safer? Use generic names, because the generic name is universal. The generic name of any drug is not changed. It is universal. The trade name is changes. There are two type of name, generic name, trade name. So trade name is changes according to the company names, but the generic name, the use of generic name can help to not be create any error, because generic name is universal. Next, tailor prescribing for each patient. The tailor is prescribing. First, we have to see any allergy is not there while giving the medication to the patient. Next, learn and practice through medication taking history. We have to, while giving the medication, we have to take a proper history of a patient while giving any drug. Next, knowing the high risk medication. We have to know the high risk medication, and the nurse should take a proper precaution while giving the medication. Know the medication you prescribe well. Know the medication what the nurse can prescribe. Use of memory aids. The memory aids is most important. Communicate clearly. Develop checking habits. Encourage patient to be actively involved. We have to check the patient feedback also while giving the drug. Next, report and learn from error. The nurse should report any error can occur and learn from that error, what she do or what she lack behind. Next, tailor for prescribing for each individual patient. Consider first allergies. We have to check any allergy. Second, comorbidities, especially liver or renal impairment. If the two system is impaired at the same time, that is called as comorbidities in combined form. Then other medication. Then next, pregnancy and breastfeeding. Next, size of patient can occur the trailer of prescribing medication. Next, learn and practice through the medication taking history. Include name, dose, route, frequency, duration of every drug. Second, inquiry about recent seizures medication. Ask about over-the-counter medication, dietary supplement and alternative medication. Next, make sure what patient actually take matches your list. Be particular careful across the transmission of care. Practice medication recollections at administration to the discharge from hospital. Look up any medication you are unfamiliar with. Consider drug interaction, medication that can be seizures and medication that may be causing side effects. And the last one is always including allergy history. So these are the learning and practice we can learn, and we can while see all these 7 points, we can prevent any error in medication. Then ADR. What is ADR? Adverse drug reaction. Any unintentional, undesirable or unexpected effect of a prescribed medication. Okay, so ADR is any unintentional. It is not intentionally the nurse can do. It is undesirable. It is not desired, or any unexpected the drug can show the severe reaction to the patient, that is called as adverse drug reaction. So there are 4 points in this. First is requires discontinuing a medication or modify the dose. If the doctor is discontinue that medication, or certain modification the doctors can do, like increasing the dose or decreasing the dose, this modification the doctor can do. Second, requires initial or prolongation of hospitalization, like initially or prolongation hospitalization, like patient is prolonged in that same hospital or same doing that same any disease condition. Next, result in disability of life threatening condition, if having any life threatening condition. Last one is result in death or result in congenital abnormality. If any congenital abnormality can occur, then it can also lead to any adverse drug reaction. Next, let's solve the second practice question. So what is the full form of ADR? So the full form of ADR is, the correct answer is B, adverse drug reaction. So what are the types of reaction? The first type of reaction is dose related. So the dose type of reaction, mnemonics and features. So we can see the three tables are there. So we can see the 3 columns. In each columns, first column is indicated to type of reaction, second mnemonics, and third is features. So first we discuss about the dose related. Dose related, the mnemonic is augmented. The feature is related to pharmacology, toxic effect or side effect. For example, digoxin toxicity, we can see the dose related toxicity that can occur. Second one is non-dose related. Non-dose related, the mnemonic is bizarre. The feature is unrelated to pharmacology, idiosyncratic, for example, malignant, hyperthermia or immunological, for example, penicillin rash. If the penicillin is the drug is giving rash to the patient. Third is dose and time related. The mnemonic of this is continuing or chronic. Feature is related to cumulative drug use for non-chronic, example NSAIDs, that is non-steroid anti-inflammatory drug. The full form of NSAIDs is non-steroid anti-inflammatory drug. Induce renal failure is also included in this. Next, D, delayed effect. In delayed effect, the type of reaction is delayed effect. Then the mnemonic is delayed. Apartment only, the feature is apartment only some features after using of drug, for example thiomidine in first trimester, which causes formiclemia lymph defect. So this drug thalidomide in the first trimester of pregnancy is colibemia lymph defect. And last one is withdrawal. The mnemonic is end of use. The feature is related to discontinuing of 2-ABM, for example Addison crisis after sudden steroid withdrawal. So these are the type of reaction. Next, ADE. What is ADE? Adverse drug event. An adverse drug event can be defined as any unfavorable and unintended sign, including an abnormal laboratory finding, symptoms or disease temporarily associated with the use of drug. Next, quality indicator. Incidence of medication errors. Medication error per patient days. First, prescribing error. Second, medication describing error. Third, percentage of admission with adverse drug reaction. Fourth, percentage of medication chart with error prone abbreviation. Fifth, percentage of patient receiving high risk medication developing adverse drug event. And the sixth one is compliance rate of medication prescribing in capitals. So let's discuss the third question. In what situation are staff most likely to contribute to a medication error? So there are four options. All three options are correct. All three options are correct. That is inexperience, rushing, doing two things at time. So these three things can occur error. So the correct answer is D, all the above. So thank you. Hopefully you understand my topic, that is medication error. So दोस्तों, कैसा लगा हमारा वीडियो? मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आपको हमारा मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ आपको हमारा टॉपिक अच्छा लगा. सो लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट some questions. So the first question is, what are the different type of error related to medication? First, prescribing error, omission error, deterioration drug error, and D is all the above. So the correct answer is D, all the above. Second question is, name the 7 Rs to keep the mind while administer the drug. So what are the 7 rights while giving the drugs? So the correct answer is B. Right patient, right drug, right dose, right route, right time, right purpose, and last, right documentation. Next, third question, which of the following is not correct statement? First, the error need to be reported. Second, don't identify the patient by his ID band, just ask his name or check his. C, bed number. D, always check the label to identify a drug. E, it's important to document immediate and accurate recording of an event. So the correct answer is B, don't identify the patient by his ID band, just ask his name and check his. Next, fourth question, wrong route is dash type of medication error. So what is the wrong route medication error? So the correct answer is B, administrating error. Next, fifth question, expired medication dispensing form of pharmacy is. So the correct answer is A, dispensing error, which is related to medication error. So the correct answer is A. Question number 6, incomplete documentation of allergy reaction is dash type of medication error. So the correct answer is monitoring error. Question number 7, match the column. You can see there are A, B, C, D, 4 points is there. So the wrong medication administered is prescribing error. B, eligible physical handwriting is administrating error. And C, look alike sound alike drug is B, monitoring error. And the last is option, not reporting of medication error is indicated good strategy to prevent medication error. You can see in that screen. The question number 8, name some quality factors which need to be maintained related to medication safety. Option A, percentage of admissions with adverse drug reaction. B, percentage of medication charts with prone observations. C, percentage of patient receiving high risk medication developing adverse drug event. And option number D, all the above. So the correct answer is option number D. Question number 9, what is the full form of ADR? So the full form of ADR is, the correct answer is A, adverse drug reaction. Question number 10, look alike taped with. The look alike Lassa medications, look alike and sound alike. So the correct answer is, it is taped with red color. So the correct answer is A.